Israel, Shalom, Shalom. It's brother Amaziah. First and foremost, I want to give a call out Yahweh by Shema Mashiach, Wamalak Yahweh Shad, right? Yahweh by Shema Mashiach, Yahweh Shad, Barakatah, to all the brothers, sisters, and children in this truth, magnifying and glorifying Yahweh by Shema Yahweh Shad name in these last days, right? They studying, fasting, praying, doing everything to make their calling and election sure, right? They purging out the leaven, heading in the Passover, right? They denying Satan when he appears, right, and meditating on the Lord's precepts, right, that they may get delivered out of those temptations, right, and they trusting in the Lord with all their heart, right. And this as you see at the title of this video, it was on my spirit to bring this out, right, because you know what I'm saying, on a daily basis we see all these things around us, right, and we don't get the most high the glory, right, we don't magnify his name and his works, right, we don't exalt his name, right, and we got to do these things, man, because we know that the Lord created all these things, right. So I want to start with the book of Sirach. I want to start with the book of Sirach, chapter 43. All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 43, and verse number 30. It says, when ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can. So when the Lord said, when you glorifying him, right, when you giving all praises to him, do it as much as you can, right? He might have gave you a new job. Glorify, do it as much as you can, right? Throw up the prayers, right? Cry aloud to the Lord, because you know that the Lord is the one that did that for you, right? All your ways is in the hand of the Lord. Let me read on. It says, for even yet will he far exceed. So even if you give him all the praises, all the things that you say, he far exceeds that, because the Lord ways is higher than ours. I'm gonna bring those precepts out, right? So when you going in, you know, glorifying the Lord, right, do it as much as you can, because he's gonna far exceed what you bringing out, right? What you saying. It says, Salakia, when you exalt him, put forth all your strength and be not weary, right? Don't half-ass it. It's like for the language. Don't half-ass it when you glorifying the Lord, right? You can smote upon your chest. Jump for joy. Dance like David did, right? Glorifying in the Lord, right? That they got the Ark of the Covenant back. You got to glorify in the Lord's name, right? Let me read on. And don't be weary, right? Don't put your head down and be like, oh, the water, Yahweh, and say it all quiet. You gotta be the water Yahweh Bashimi Hawashai, all praises, right? That's how you gotta be. It says, put forth all your strength and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough. You can never go far enough exalting the Most High name, man, right? Glorifying and magnifying his name in these last days. You can never go far enough, because he's gonna farther exceed what you bringing out, what you saying, right? Let me read on. It says, who have seen him that he might tell us, and who can magnify him as he is, right? Because we don't know all the Most High ways, right? He can farther exceed and do things that that's out of our knowledge, man, right? It says, there be yet hid greater things than these be, for we have not seen but a few of his works, right? He said we only seen a few of his works, right? The things that we see on a daily basis, that's just a few, right? You see birds flying. How is birds flying, right? You see all these things going on in the world, right? This is just a glimpse of his works, man. We're not seeing all these things, right? People will be shaking in their boots, be scared if we see all the works of the Lord. Then you see all the miracles that he allowed Moses to do, turning serpents into rods, right? Hell mingled with fire, right? Turning water into blood, right? The Lord gave him them works. And we only seeing a glimpse of the Lord's works, man, right? Let me get this other precept. So when you praising and giving glory to the Most High, do it with all your might, right? Exalt him as much as you can, because you can never go far enough. All right, let me get this precept real quick. Salakia. In the book of Psalms, chapter 40. It reads, the book of Psalms chapter 40 and verse 5. It says, many O Lord my God, are there wonderful works which thou hast done. Right? The Lord did many wonderful works. Right? Whether that be on the physical word, you know what I'm saying? You see the sky, the water, you know what I'm saying, the land. But it could also be, you know what I'm saying, him giving you a blessing. Right? And those are wonderful works. Right? He giving you a child. Hey, them wonderful works. Right? Because you know it's all coming from the Most High. It says, I'm going to read it from the top again. Many, O Lord my God, are thy wonderful works which thou hast done, and thy thoughts which are to us, Salakia, and thy thoughts which are to usward, right? They cannot be reckoned up in order unto thee. So, hey, the Lord, let me get this other precept to go with that. Because we can't reckon the Most High's thoughts. Let me get this in the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, and verse number 8. It says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than yours, and my thoughts higher than yours. Right? So his ways is not like ours, man. Right? So going back, he said, his ways cannot be reckoned. Right? So meaning these works that he do, it's 10 times more that are hidden from us that we can't see on a daily basis. Right? Let me read that, finish that off in Psalms chapter 40 and verse 5. It says, they cannot be reckoned up in order unto thee. If I would declare and speak of them, they are more than can be numbered. Right? So any works that you speak of the Most High, it's going to be more that can be numbered. It's going to be 10 times more that the Lord can do. Right? Hey, the Lord, you can come up with anything. It's going to far to exceed what the Most High can do. And the Lord can make a tornado come through with damn fire in it, right? And the Lord can do anything, right? Because his ways is not our ways. Anything that we think is gonna farther, the Lord starts gonna farther exceed that, right? Let me get this other precept, because you know what I'm saying, the book of the Ezra, you know what I'm saying, he kind of got confounded, right? He kind of got confounded by the angel. I'm gonna bring it out, just showing that the Most High ways is not like ours, man. Like we on a carnal level. Let me get this real quick in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 4, right? Let me see where I want to start at. Let me see. I'm gonna start at 1 just to get the context so you know what's going on. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 4 and verse 1. And the angel that was sent unto me, whose name was Uriel, right? So you got Uriel the angel, gave me an answer and said, thy heart have gone too far in this world, and thinkest thou to comprehend the way of the Most High, right? Because if you go up, let me go up in the context so you know, in chapter 3. It says 2nd Ezra chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at the end. I'm gonna start at 35. Or when was it they which dwell upon the earth that have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandment? Thou shalt find that Israel by name and keep thy precepts, but not the heathen. Right? So he was asking questions of what was gonna happen to the 2/3 of Israel. Right? Let me go down to 4. It says, and the angel that was sent unto me, whose name was Uriel, gave me an answer and said, thy heart have gone too far in this world, and thinkest thou to comprehend the way of the Most High? Then said I, yea, my Lord. And he answered me and said, I am sent to shew thee 3 ways and to set forth 3 similitudes before thee, right? So the Lord sent this angel, Uriel, right, to Ezra, right, to give him 3 similitudes, right, to set 3 things before him. And let's see what these 3 things is. It says, whereof if thou canst declare me one, I will show thee also the way that thou desirest to see, and I will shew thee from whence the wicked heart cometh, right? So, and this angel, like, he's saying, if you can declare this, one of the 3 things that I tell you, right, I will show you all these things that you want to know, right? And let's see what this angel told him. Verse 5, it said, and I said, tell on, my Lord. Then he said unto me, go thy way, weigh me the weight of fire, or measure me the blast of the wind, or call me again the day that is past, right? So we asking them, hey, go measure the fire. So like a weigh fire, which we know cannot be weighed, right? Hey, measure the blast of the wind, right? It says, or call again the day that is past. Can you bring again the day that is past? Like it's damn Black Mirror where they was rewinding they damn past days. Can you do those things? Right? Kind of confounding them. It says, then answer I and said, this verse 6, then answer I and said, then answer I and said, what man is able to do that thou shouldest ask such things of me? Hey, Esther was like, hey, who can do these things, right? Hey, why are you asking me these things like I can do it, right? Let me read on. It says, and he said unto me, if I shall ask thee how great dwellings there are in the midst of the sea, or how many springs are in the beginning of the deep, or how many springs above the firmament, or which are the outgoings of paradise, peradventure thou wouldest say unto me, I never went down into the deep, nor as yet into hell, neither did I ever climb up into heaven. Right? So he's saying, hey, the angel telling them, hey, you will answer just like this, how I'm telling you, right? Because you never been down there, right? You never seen these things, right? Verse 9, nevertheless, now have I asked of thee, but only of fire and wind, and of the day wherethrough thou hast passed, and of things from which thou canst not be separated, and yet canst thou give me no answer of them. And he said, moreover unto me, that thy own things as such are grown up with thee, canst thou not know? How should thy vessel then to be able to comprehend the way of the highest? Right? So, hey, this angel Uriel just came and confounded him. Like, hey, these things you grew up with. You always seen fire. You always seen water. And you lived in that day that was past. Why can't you do these things? But he said, your way, you can't comprehend the ways of the Most High. Hey, the Most High can do these things, right? So, hey, when you glorifying the Most High, right? And you got to understand that the Lord ways is not your ways. He could do greater things that you can see on a daily basis, right? He can do all these things. So when you're glorifying and exalting him, hey, do it with all your might, right? Do it as much as you can, because you can never go far enough, like I say in the book of Sirach, chapter 43, I just brought out, right? And you got to meditate on these things when you're going about your daily basis, right? Don't just go about your day and not look at the world, man. Look at the Most High's creation, right? Some people kind of overthink this thing, right? They want to go into the in-depth breakdowns and the revelations and Daniels, right? But they don't glorify the Most High, right? The simple things, right? You can't forget about the small things, right? You can't forget about and thank the Most High that you breathing, right? That you woke up, right? That you got a mouth to utter words, right? You got to glorify and magnify the Most High name in these things, right? Let me get this real quick, because we got to meditate. Our forefathers meditated. You can go out and sit in your car and just meditate on the Most High works. And you can learn from a lot of the Most High works also. I'm going to bring that out too. Your time, let me see how much time I got left. Salakia. See if I got some time. I got a little bit of time. All right. I'm going to have to bring out a few more, then wrap it up. Salakia. All right, because I was going into our forefathers meditated, man. You got to meditate on these things. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 24, and verse number 63. And it reads, it says, and Isaac went out to meditate in the field at eventide, right? So Isaac, our forefather, right? And he went out to meditate, right? What he went out to meditate for, right? Hey, probably thinking about the Most High's works, thinking about the commandments, the laws, right? And this is things that we got to do, right? You got to go out and meditate and think about these works, man, right? Glorify the name of the Most High, right? Glorify your Creator, which is in heaven, right? Which is greater than us, right? They created us, right? So we got to go out and meditate, right? Let me get this other precept real quick. let me where I want to go though. I want Psalms. I'm gonna get Psalms. Actually, I'm gonna get Joshua. Yeah, I'm gonna get Joshua. It's the book of Joshua. Just going into another precept on we gotta meditate. It's the book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse number 8. It says, "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth." Right? So the words that is in this book, right, which is our history, right, which is our promises, this should never depart out of your mouth. You should always be speaking these things. You should always be glorifying the Most High's works, His creation, right? It says, "But thou shalt meditate therein day and night." You should always be thinking about these things day and night, right? When you wake up, when you go to sleep, right? When you going with your family, right? With your brothers, your sisters, right? Whatever you're doing, man, right? You should always be meditating on the works, right? It says, "That thou mayest observe to do all," Salakia, "that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success." Right? So you should be constantly meditating on these things that are written in this book, man. Right? That is our history. Right? That is our promises. Right? That is the covenant that the Lord made with us. Right? Shows you who our God is and all His creations that He did, man. Right? And all the things that He did for our forefathers, and all the things that He has promised for us in the future. Right? That is coming on the earth. Right? So we should always be magnifying, glorifying, and exalting the Most High in these last days. Right? So let me get this real quick. Got to go back to the damn plantation, but I'm gonna bring it out through the Spirit. All right, let me see how much time I got left. All right, I got 1 minute, but I'm gonna bring it out for Yasharala. All right, Esau can wait. All right, let me bring this out. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30. What I want? I want 31. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, and verse number 35. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divided the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is His name." Right? So these are the works of the Most High. Created the sun, right, which comes out, right, to give light unto the world, right? They made the sea, right? They made the night. They made the stars, the sun, the moon, right? The stars, right? It says, "If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me." Right? So when you seeing these things on a daily basis, the sun, right? The moon, the stars, right? You might be on the beach, might see the sea, the sand, right? And you got to think about these precepts. Hey, think about how the Lord said, "If these things depart from me, Israel will not be a nation before me." But we know that these things endure forever, right? His works endure forever, right? They don't diminish, right? They always gonna be here, right? So He's not gonna cast our people off, right? He's not gonna cast us off. So you gotta glorify the Most High in that, just in the small things on a daily basis. When you see these things, man, right? Hey, glorify Him, hey, exalt Him, man, right? Knowing that the Lord's not gonna cast us away, right? He's gonna always be our God, and we gonna always be His people, man. Right? Let me finish that out. It says, "Thus said the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all they have done, said the Lord." Right? But hey, he's really talking that talk, because these things can't be measured out. Right? You can't do these things, man. Right? Our way on this carnal level, right, in these fleshly bodies, we can't do these things, man. Right? So the Most High saying, hey, He's never gonna cast us off, man, right? And these works only the Most High can do, right? He hasn't put it on man to be able to do these things, man, right? So we gotta glorify and magnify the Most High's name, right? And like I said, on a daily basis, you can learn from these things that you see, right? And the Lord said you can learn from an ant. Let me get this real quick. To not be slothful, right? Let me get this real quick. In the book of, see Esau over there watching. See that? I'm going to still bring it out, though. I don't give a damn, right? Check this out. Esau over there watching. We don't give a damn, though. I'm going to bring this out real quick. You got to be wise, though. I'm going to bring it out. I'm probably going to bring out a couple more and I'm going to close out. But you can learn from these. You can learn from the creations of the Most High, man. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 6. It says, go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. And the Lord said, go to the ant, right? You can learn from an ant, right? And we overlook an ant every day, right? You walking over them every damn day, right? It says, go to the ant, thou sluggard, right? Because the ant is always on the move, right? An ant is never slothful. You might see them with a piece of cracker or a piece of chip in their hand, right? And they doing the work. And the Lord said, you gotta go to the ant and consider her ways. Hey, learn the works of the ant, right? And you gotta glorify the Most High in that, right? Because we learn from the things of the world, right? I'm gonna get probably two more, and I'm gonna close out, right? I'm gonna get two more, and I'm gonna close out. Actually, I'm gonna get one more. I'm gonna close out. You gotta be wise in this thing. It's the book of Psalms. And so, Lord willing, man, y'all exalt the Most High, right? Even in the small things. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 3. Oh, magnify the Lord with me. So I'm asking you, hey, magnify the Lord with me, man. Right? Hey, glorify and magnify his name and exalt his name with me, man. It says, and let us exalt his name together, right? So hey, let's exalt the Most High in these last days, right before all hell break loose, right? And even then, we're going to magnify and glorify the name of the Lord because we know it's all from him, right? See that? What's that? Shalom, King. Mighty brother out here. It says, Psalms 103. Let me bring that out real quick. Actually, I'm going to just read it right here. It says, ye know that the Lord, he is Yahweh, he is God. It is he that have made us and not we ourselves. See that? That's mighty. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Hey, so, hey, the Lord made us. We are not of ourselves. We didn't make ourselves. We didn't just plop out of thin air. Hey, the Lord created us, man. Right? So you got to magnify and glorify the Lord in that. So like I said in the book of Psalms, hey, magnify and exalt the name of the Lord with me, man. Right, in these last days. So I got to go back to the plantation. But with that, Lord willing, y'all was edified. Lord willing, y'all go out and exalt and magnify the name of the Lord. Right? Call me Asharala. Shalom.